From the lush landscapes of southeast China to the heartlands of America, wild boars leave a trail of destruction.
What they're doing right now is they're just coming through here, pulling down stalk by stalk, eating what they want, the rest goes to waste.
Our story begins in the 1500s, with the introduction of wild boars by European settlers for food and entertainment. Christopher Columbus being the mastermind, what started as a source of sustenance and sport has evolved into a symbol of the challenges and opportunities presented by nature. Now, feral hogs population has erupted, ravaging crops, uprooting farmland, and trampling harvests. In China alone, annual losses soar to millions due to their insatiable appetites for crops like sugarcane, corn, and soybeans. Across the United States, with a population exploding to between 5 and 6 million across at least 35 states, the impact is both widespread and severe. These are not just any pigs. Descendants of domestic pigs, Eurasian wild boar and their hybrids, these creatures combine formidable survival skills with a destructive nature. Omnivores by nature, wild boars' diverse diets allow them to thrive in varied environments, often at the expense of native species and agricultural staples.
Compete directly with wildlife for food resources such as acorns and other things, other mass. They root up the ground and eat earthworms. They cause erosion because they're rooting. They contaminate water with E. coli and other bacteria from their waste products. And they are just generally bad.
A single mother boar in the fertile lands of Texas can give birth to a staggering number of offspring, with litters often numbering 10 or more piglets. These piglets grow quickly, each one adding to a population that wreaks havoc on crops, natural habitats, and even poses risks to other wildlife. For American farmers and landowners, the prolific breeding of these wild boars isn't just a natural curiosity. It's an urgent issue that demands immediate attention. Every year, crops like corn, soybeans, and wheat are uprooted, trampled, and devoured, leaving farmers to count their losses and question their future.
And when those hogs come in and destroy that crop that you've planted, they're destroying the timing, that not only all the effort that you've put into getting that crop planted, but the timing and the moisture that you have in the soils to get the crop growing.
These invaders are responsible for an estimated $1.5 billion in damages and control costs annually. But it's not just about the money. The real cost is far more profound, and the destruction doesn't stop at farmlands. These wild pigs disrupt ecosystems, outcompete native wildlife for resources, and contribute to soil erosion, threatening the very biodiversity that sustains life. From time to time, if normal food resources are not available, they resort to decaying animal bodies. Filled with bacterial and viral diseases, the feral pigs become vectors of illnesses. With wild pigs carrying diseases transmissible to humans, livestock, and pets, the risk of outbreaks like African swine fever looms large, a nightmare scenario for the agricultural sector, extending their menace to health. In response, the USDA APHIS established the National Feral Swine Damage Management Program in 2014, a collaborative effort to safeguard our agricultural and natural resources, property, and health from this invasive species. The battle against invasive wild pigs is not just a fight for today, but a crusade for the future of our environment and way of life. Through combined efforts and innovative strategies, we can turn the tide against this invasive threat. The battle against this invasive species is multifaceted. From trapping to strategic culling, efforts are underway to mitigate their impact. As technological advances evolve, it plays a pivotal role. From thermal imaging to GPS tracking, cutting-edge tools are being harnessed to monitor pig populations, predict their movements, and plan intervention strategies. Trapping remains one of the most effective methods. Large corral traps, capable of capturing entire sounder at once, are strategically placed in high-activity areas. These traps are often monitored remotely, allowing for timely and efficient captures. However, it's labor-intensive, requiring constant monitoring, and its effectiveness is limited to the areas where traps can be placed. Strategic culling, on the other hand, often involving professional sharpshooters, target specific populations. This method can quickly reduce numbers and is adaptable to various terrains. But it raises ethical concerns and may cause surviving boars to scatter, potentially worsening the problem and letting them learn how to avoid such methods. Moreover, for more subtle ways to control feral hogs' population, poisoning and fertility control come to play. Toxic baits, designed to specifically target wild boars, are capable of impacting larger areas, and baits require less labor once deployed. Yet, the use of toxins is heavily regulated due to environmental risks, and public opposition to poisoning wildlife is strong, while fertility control introduces contraceptives to reduce birth rates among wild boar populations. It's considered a humane, long-term solution, aiming to curb population growth without immediate culling. But delivering contraceptives effectively is challenging, and it's a slow process to see tangible results. In terms of prevention of their destructive behaviors in private properties, fencing aimed to protect specific areas from wild boar encroachment. Fences provide direct protection to sensitive areas without harming the animals. However, the high costs of installation and maintenance make this method impractical for large-scale or uneven terrains. While being an ecological challenge in the landscapes of America, they have become the center of a unique economic narrative, offering a unique and savory dining experience that diverges from traditional pork. The culinary delicacy has become increasingly popular in America. Popular cuts include boneless shoulder, tenderloin, ribs, shank, and ground meat that are described to have a robust cross between beef and pork, with an intense, sweet, and nutty flavor that's less gamey and much leaner than its domestic counterpart. It's also known to be versatile in the kitchen, suitable for a variety of dishes from stews and roasts to sliders and chili. Wild boar meat pairs well with red wine, enhancing its rich flavors. What are your thoughts about the history and effects of wild boars? Let us know your experiences with wild boars.